going to read to you two passages written by acclaimed authors. I would like for you to just listen. Paragraph 1. Wind howled through the night, carrying a scent that would change the world. A tall shade lifted his head and sniffed the air. He looked human except for his crimson hair and maroon eyes. Now I'm going to read to you paragraph 2. All was still in the Valley of the Dragons. Mist had drifted from the sea nearby and was clinging to the mountains. Birds twittered uncertainly in the foggy damp, and the clouds hid the sun. Which do you prefer? What were you thinking? Were you pulled in? Did you think these two paragraphs were written by experienced writers with years of knowledge? Or at least someone older than 18 with some knowledge, a college degree, and life experiences to draw from it? Now, what if I told you these paragraphs, the first one, was written by a 16-year-old? Yes, a 16-year-old by the name of Peter Paolini, who was the youngest person to become a best-selling author. He still holds that record to this day. Now, why were you thinking maybe that these were experienced? Now, he was 16 when he wrote this. He didn't have a college degree. I mean, he graduated, but he certainly didn't have a degree. So, as humans, I think we find it very hard to adapt to something new that we haven't seen before. So, why do we, as a collective people, believe adults are the ones to motivate us? Or at least tell us that we can do this? Adults always say we're the next generation, but they don't let us be the next generation. We are told to outreach the boundaries until, of course, we do something out of the ordinary for our age, and then we must back off and go back into the boundaries that we are told to exceed. The written word is one of the most powerful things a human is entitled to at any age. Writing has motivated people to do things such as face their worst fears, or start things like sports or games, and even so far as start bands based on just that. Books like Harry Potter and Divergent have told amazing stories, yet the one thing most people who write notice first is the characters. Something makes you want to cry when you close that last chapter. Words have tremendous power. Being captivated can come at any age. Remember when you closed the final chapter of Harry Potter? The final chapter explodes, the last chapter to end an era. When your favorite characters, and in many cases friends, died, and everyone who read it, broke down into tears. We all knew these characters were fictional, and sure, we could always just reread the series, but it wouldn't be the same ever again. We knew these characters by heart. It doesn't matter that we didn't know Augustus and Hazel. We know they aren't real, but in some odd sort of way, we knew them. Many people write and read because books tell us that even though this never happened, never could happen, we are now forever part of that. Those words manage to somehow become part of our lives. What people tell kids in particular is that it's just fiction. We can't draw any reality from it. Only, unlike most adults, that I've met anyway, books can become real in some way. From how we act, to how we talk, to things that we say. We do this because in many cases, believing the impossible makes reality a little bit easier. I write what I know. And a lot of this is tying in both worlds in books and reality into one. When any writer starts, they're remembering themselves or the person that they're writing down in every aspect. Whether it's loyalty or kindness, it's them through and through. In many cases, being young has an advantage to writing. I mean, we still remember having imaginary friends and things like that. We can just draw from that. See, that's the issue, though. We're not taken seriously because of this. Adults have the advantage of being taken seriously because people think, oh, they've got experience. That's very good, which in many cases it is. But when you're trying to tell somebody something, you can't tell if they're trying to be serious or they're just tuning you out and saying something that might sound a little bit smart. So we have the advantage of being kids, while we don't have the advantage of being kids. So we tend to wonder, is it really worth even trying to create something new and different? Is it worth trying to figure out political issues, or trying to find a new way to make the cities like Manhattan more environmentally friendly? So I propose to you this. What is the age of magnificence? Thank you.